Welcome back to another video then on the channel. Today I am joined by Bradley Young from the Mackham Cast. How are you today?
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Mitchell. Yourself, how are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. It is the start of the Premier League season, and we are going to get off with a bang. And it is Arsenal up against Coventry City. Coventry just winning the Championship title last season, up against a team that's won the Premier League title last season. So it's champions up against champions in the starter of the Premier League season.
Yeah.
Arsenal did get their what do you call it now? Their title,
Community
trying
Shield.
to get back-to-back titles, and they got that off with a winning start in the Community Shield over Manchester City by 3-0.
Yeah.
And they've strengthened the team. Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle, Zolis as well, the former Norwich City man. 8 wins for Arsenal, 1 draw and 1 win for Coventry City. Last time the team played then at the Emirates was a 4-0 win for Arsenal. The odds for this game then is a 1-5 for the home win, a 7-1 for the draw, and an 18-1 for the Coventry City win. Then Brad.
Yeah, 4-1 to Arsenal. I think Bruno's going to score one. I think Rice is going to score one. So 2 midfielders is going to score one. I think, obviously, as well, I think Martinelli's going to bang 2 in as well if he starts.
Okay, yeah, I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. But I will back Arsenal to get the win here, home advantage. I've got 2-1. Obviously, the news just brought out as well not long ago that Ezri Konsa will be having his medical ahead of a £50 million move over to the Emirates from Aston Villa. So is he going to prove to be that Saliba replacement whilst Saliba is out for an extended period? But yeah, you're going 4-1 Arsenal. I will go 2-1 to Arsenal. Moving on then to the next game, and is Hull City up against Manchester United in the early kickoff on Saturday. 1 win for Hull, 7 wins for Man United, 2 draws along the way. Last time the team played then at the MKM Stadium was in the EFL Cup back in 2017. 2-1 win for Hull City. If we have a look at the odds then, it is a 72 for the Hull win, 4-1 for the draw, and 2-5 for the Man United win. Will this be one of the seasons where Man United starts off really slow and then gets back into it as well later in the season? Obviously, European football back at Old Trafford with the likes of the Champions League. So it's going to be interesting to see how Michael Carrick can get this Man United team performing then, Brad.
Yeah, I think obviously if you look at it on paper as well, obviously Man United did qualify for obviously Champions League last season, and to be honest, I think they're going to start the season off quite well. I think compared to last under obviously Ruben Amram when he had the start of the season last season. To be honest, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Man United. I think Man United's going to get off to a brilliant start this season.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It would not put it past me if Hull City with home advantage. I believe it's going to be a sellout as well for Hull City, which
Yes,
you'd expect majority, if not all, of Hull City's home games in the Premier League to be close to a sellout, if not a sellout, this season. And it would not surprise me if they use that to their advantage and utilises that and walk away with at least a point. Especially with Man United's records of starting seasons really poorly. But right now, as of this moment, I am going to back Hull Man United with a win. I know Hull City's lost Pandey, replaced him with Jack Butland, who is out injured now for a couple of months. I believe they might have got a replacement goalkeeper already. But I've not heard anything of him. Don't know how good he is. That being said, 3-1 to Man United in this game.
Yeah.
Moving on then to the next game. And it is Everton up against Crystal Palace. Now, again, this is debatable, but I have had Crystal Palace to get relegated this season along with, obviously, Ipswich Town and Hull City. And that being that, they've lost Oliver Glasner, losing Maxence Lacroix as well, and a few other key players. Not good news for Crystal Palace at all. Everton, it's going to be one of them seasons in it where they still survive. I believe I've got them finishing something like 15th this season, which is a good season. David Moyes is a good and a decent Premier League manager as well. And it seems like Everton's are Crystal Palace's bogey team as well. 4 draws, 6 wins for Everton, no wins for Crystal Palace. Last time they played then at Goodison Park. It's not Goodison Park no more. Hills Dickinson Stadium, shall I say, was a 2-1 win to Everton. Last time the odds then are 5-4 for the Everton win, 30-5 to draw, and 5-2 for the Palace win, Brad.
To be honest, I'm going to say... To be honest, I'm going to go for a goalless draw. I'm going to go 0-0.
Okay. And it would not surprise me one little bit. And if you can't remember, Brad, when someone goes with one score, we can't say the same scores.
Yes.
I was gonna have to go 0-0, so I'll go with a score draw, and I'll go 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't see Everton obviously losing Jack Grealish, and before Jack Grealish's injury last season, I thought he was one of their better players as well as in Jai. But yeah, I just can't see either team winning this game. Next up then is Ipswich Town up against Sunderland. 4 wins apiece and 2 draws along the way. Last time they played then at Portman Road was a 2-1 win for Ipswich in 2024. 95 for the Ipswich win, 74 for the Sunderland win, 25 for the draw. Now, obviously, as we've just mentioned not long ago as well, Brad, Sunderland, European football under the lights as well, and will compete in Europe, damage their Premier League campaign. I've still predicted them to finish, I think, 6th place again. I think they'll still get European football. Maybe they might downwards of it and not finishing a European place, but I do think they will still get some sort of European football next season, whether that's the Europa League and they'll win the Europa League or do finish in a European place. But I do think they will still have a decent season. Obviously, Regis Lebris is a really good manager, and he proved it last season, newly promoted and still managing to finish above the rivals. I believe he did the double over the rivals as well.
We did, 1-0 and 2-1. Yeah, we did. 1-0 and 2-1.
And so Walter Marder, obviously Sunderland legend on the history books now, isn't it? Scoring that goal. But yeah, Brad, love to hear your thoughts on this game.
Well, to be honest, the last time out when Ipswich did beat Sunderland 2-1 back in 2024, a lot's changed since then, like mentioned. Obviously, Sunderland's qualified for Europa League. Obviously, Sunderland's been in the Premier League for almost a year already. And obviously, we've got more experienced and more talented players as a squad as well as a whole. So, to be honest, I won't be surprised if Sunderland start the season off quite bright. And I'm going to say that I'm going to go a 2-0 win. And I think Gemstein Talby and Brian Brobby to get the goals. How are the lads?
Okay. Now, it has been a bit of a chaotic bit of a summer for Sunderland then, under one player specifically, and that is Granit Xhaka. There was reports saying that he was edging closer to a move to Chelsea. Apparently, he was set for medical at Chelsea. Apparently, he agreed personal terms at Chelsea. It was just down to the fee. They couldn't come up to a compromisation of a fee for Sunderland and Chelsea. And then Granit Xhaka's come out himself and said he wants to now stay at Sunderland. Just takes on that then, Brad.
To be honest, absolutely class. He's a class player all round. Obviously experienced at Leverkusen, experienced at Arsenal. Obviously top flight football teams. And to be honest, he's a quality player to have in this league, especially for obviously a newly promoted side who come up last season. And obviously, I thought it was quite a shock when I seen that Sunderland actually won the race for him last season, but it is what it is. win Europa League, and it was thanks to him as well, the player, to help out with the team as captain.
Yeah. Obviously, on paper, Sunderland should go into this game and walk out with all 3 points. It's not going to be easy, though, especially away. If this was at Stadium of Light, I would have probably gone with a comfortable 3-0, 3-1 win. But it is away, and I could be wrong here. It could still be 3-0, 3-1 Sunderland, but I will back Sunderland to get a 1-0 victory. And you know what? Just to rub it in Chelsea's face, Granit Xhaka to score a free kick. That would just sum up Chelsea's transfer window there.
Yeah.
If he scores on the opening weekend of the Premier League season, and it's an absolute screamer from a free kick as well. Moving up then to the City Ground, and it is Forest up against Leeds United, and the majority of the Premier League teams are starting the season off with a new manager. Forest being one of them, taking on the now former Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner. Now, Glasner got Palace a first European trophy in their history, winning the Conference League with them. Also, I believe he beat Man City as well in the FA Cup final to win the FA Cup as well. So he's brought them 2 trophies in his time at Selhurst Park. Yeah. And I think that is a boost for Forest. I do think they will be competing towards mid-table, towards at least the Conference League spots this season. Leeds United, again, this is a team where they could be battling towards mid-table. I think Leeds got potential as well to compete for a European spot, whether it's Conference League or not. Yeah, and that I hate to say that, but I do think Leeds have got potential to push even further up the table. 4 wins for Forest, 3 draws, 3 wins for Leeds United. Last time they played then at the City Ground was a 3-1 win for Nottingham Forest. The odds on this game is 11-8 for the Forest win, 5-2 for the draw, 9-4 for the Leeds win. Then Brad,
2-1 Forest.
2-1 Forest, fair enough. Straight into it, and do you know what? As much as I've just said everything I like that about Leeds and Forest, are Forest going to get that new manager bounce? I don't think they will lose. I'll go with a 1-1 draw for this game. I'll back both teams to get a point. Moving on then to the next game. And it is the final game on Saturday, the 5:30 kickoff. Brentford up against Spurs. Spurs have been active, and I mean active in this transfer window. I believe they've brought in 2 players from Bournemouth as well. 1 win for Brentford, 4 draws, and 5 wins for Tottenham. Last time they played then at Brentford Community Stadium. Don't know what name it is because they always seem to change it. It was a nil draw.
Gentiki, something like that. Gentiki. I'm trying to think of the stadium.
The G-Tech Stadium, that's the one. G-Tech Community Stadium. 6-4 for the Brentford win, 27-10 for the draw, and 15-8 for the Spurs win. Brad?
I think Spurs is going to win this one. And I think it's going to be a comfortable one on paper. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win to Spurs.
Okay, yeah, I've got Spurs having a massive upgrade on last season. I've got them actually finishing in a European spot this season as well. I think I've got them either 5th or 7th, I think. And I think that I was going to predict a 3-1 win, so that's the 3rd score that I've had to change now, Brad. Thank you very much. I'll go with a 2-0. 2-1. I'll go 2-1 to Spurs. I don't think they've got a clean sheet in them yet to start the season. Next up then is Brighton up against Aston Villa. Then the 2:00 kickoff on Sunday. 1 win for Brighton, 2 draws, and 7 wins for Aston Villa. Last time they played then at the Amex Stadium was a 4-3. Yes, that's right. A 7-goal thriller, a 4-3 win for Aston Villa. Yeah, obviously Villa does have some Conference League games coming up as well against Tromsø. So yeah, I don't know why they are because I'm pretty sure they're in the Champions League. Messed up there then. But yeah, more European football for Aston Villa. They're a regular in European football now under Unai Emery. And yeah, 5-4 for the Brighton win, 11-4 for the draw, and 11-5 for the Aston Villa win. Brad.
Ones each.
One each. Okay. And I just made a mistake there. That was Brighton who's got a Conference League match coming up.
Brighton
so, yeah.
Conference. Yeah.
I was wondering why it was saying Villa. Yeah, that's Brighton. They have also, to be fair, I did totally forget that there was an in there, but they have got what state are they going to be in going into this game? Obviously, Villa's going to have that extra day or two rest, whilst Brighton's got that Conference League game tomorrow. But yeah, I do think Villa gets the win in this game, and I'll go with 2-1 to Aston Villa. No, do you know what? 3-2.
Ooh.
Seems to be goals galore last time, 4-3. So I'll go 3-2, goals galore again. Next up then is Man City up against Bournemouth. Now, I was saying to you off camera, Brad, this all depends on one or two things.
Yeah.
Enzo Maresca actually manages decently, because I don't rate him as a manager at all. Or two, they perform a lot better than they did over the weekend against Arsenal in the Community Shield final. They play like that, and this is going to be a walk in the park for Bournemouth. Obviously, I know Bournemouth just lost their manager as well to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Man City was not good at all in that game. And I don't get what Donovan Moore was doing either for one of the goals. 8 wins for Man City, 1 draw, and 1 win for Bournemouth. Last time they played then at the Etihad was a 3-1 win for Manchester City. 1-2 for the City win, 4-1 for the draw, and 11-2 for the Bournemouth win then. Now, this one, I think this season, we are going to see Man City drop off massively. I have still got them finishing 3rd place, but obviously that was before actually seeing them in the flesh. I even think we could potentially see Man City's worst season since the first season Pep Guardiola took over. And I think Man City could actually, under Enzo Maresca, not actually qualify for European football. But yeah, Brad.
Well, here's a fact for you. Man City had their worst defeat since 1906. So 119 years ago, they suffered a 5-0 defeat to a team. I can't remember what team it was. And obviously they've suffered a 3-0 defeat against Arsenal in the Community Shield on Sunday. So that's their second worst defeat in 119 years of football.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. So, but on this one, I won't put it past Bournemouth to actually win this game. I actually won't put it past it. But to be honest, people might call me deluded, but, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to go for a Man City 1, Bournemouth 1. We'll stay on the fence.
Okay, talking about wouldn't put it past Bournemouth to get the win, I'm going with Man City 1, Bournemouth 2.
Ooh.
I'm waiting for Bournemouth to open the scoring early on to get a late winner. And while away, they're going to get a 90th-minute winner in that game. Moving on then to the next game, and it is the final 2 games. Newcastle up against Liverpool. Newcastle, oh boy, where do we start?
Where do we start with that?
Yes, they have had the worst summer window they could possibly have imagined. They have lost Anthony Gordon to Barcelona. They have lost Bruno Guimaraes to a Premier League rival in Arsenal. And on top of that, Eddie Howe has walked. Thoughts on that then, Brad?
To be honest, I think there's something, but to be honest, I think there's something behind the scenes in the football club. I think something has happened. I think something's come out, and I think all these players have decided to leave. And to be honest, That's what my thoughts are. And to be honest, Walter Marder has been linked with a move to Bayern Munich, is what I think it is, or Borussia. I think it's Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich. A team like that, I think it is on loan as well. So they could lose out on Walter Marder next season. So it's very worrying stuff for Newcastle if that's the case. And obviously, he did mention Sandro Tonali. Either Tonali's went to Spurs as well.
Yeah, I
So
totally forgot about that one, to be fair.
So that's very worrying as well, losing a player like Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I think there's something behind the club, I think, to be fair on that one.
Yeah, and would you go to the point where Newcastle gets relegated?
I wouldn't put it past them getting relegated, but I don't think they will get relegated. I think, to be honest, I think they're going to be like low mid-table. I think around 14, 15 about. That's what I
Okay,
think.
well, I've got them 16th in my predictions, and I've got them staying up on the final day of the season. Now that would be extremely worrying times for Newcastle. Now, when they got took over by the Saudi billionaires, it looked promising, and it looked like they would be winning the Premier League by now. It's on the other hand now. Yes, they've won the Carabao Cup, but have done nothing since winning the Carabao Cup. Now, 1 win for Newcastle, 1 draw, and 8 wins for Liverpool. Last time played then at St James Park was a 3-2 win for Liverpool. The odds on this game is a 14-5 for the home win, 29-10 for the draw, 19-20 for the away win. Liverpool's on the up as well, getting in players and bringing in Andoni Iraola. Brad.
To be honest, he's a quality manager, bought that Bournemouth manager who went to Liverpool, and to be honest, I think he's going to have a great season with Liverpool. I think, to be honest, I don't think he's going to have a worse season as Arne Slot did last season. I think they're going to pick up points this season. They're going to pick up, obviously, a draw here and there, but I don't see them losing that many points at all this season. And to be honest, I'm going to put them second place in my prediction video tomorrow. So, but the score prediction is going to be Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. I'm sorry, but Newcastle's got no hope.
Yeah, I was going similar. I weren't going 3-1. I was going 3-0 to Liverpool. I don't think Newcastle has got a goal in them. Yeah, 3-0 Newcastle. Hope not. 3-0 Liverpool. That leaves one game, and it is in Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football, yeah.
At Craven Cottage in a London derby. Fulham up against Chelsea. 6 wins for Chelsea, 1 draw, and 3 wins for Fulham. Last time played at Craven Cottage was a 2-1 win for Fulham. And for the final time, then 19-20 for the Chelsea win, 3-1 for the draw, and 4-5 for the home win of Fulham. Xabi Alonso's, I believe it's his first full season in charge of the club. I think he got towards halfway through the season where he took over from Lee Messina. And to be fair, they've not had a decent pre-season either. I think they've had a shocker of a pre-season so far. But again, as I always say, pre-season means nothing. You could lose every single game and still go on and win the league. Brad?
Fulham versus Chelsea here. Okay. To be honest, I'm going to have Fulham going down this season. That's what I think. I think Fulham's going to go down with Ipswich and Hull. That's my opinion. But I think Chelsea's going to win this on the up. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Chelsea.
Okay. I'm going with a Chelsea win as well. I'll go 2-1 to Chelsea.
2-1.
I'll back them to get all 3 points, but narrowly. But that is then going to wrap it up for the Premier League predictions for Game Week 1. Do leave a like, subscribe if you're new as well. Drop your score predictions in the comments as well. How do you think you're going to do this season? Do give me a follow up on TikTok as well. Devote 2K for that. There'll be a lot more content over there. And I am on the road to 1K. Let's try and hit both these 2 targets by the end of the 26-27 season. But until next time, see you in the next one.